Hey everybody, Jim here with Retired to Resell, and this time I thought we'd do a what sold video for the month of April. We're already in the month of May. This year's just flying by, but yeah, April turned out to be a pretty good month for me. Up a little bit over last month, but so far in May, sales have just dropped. I don't know about you guys, but eBay, Poshmark, really slow right now this week. Getting 1 to 2 sales a day. I'm usually averaging about 7 sales a day. So yeah, May is really slow so far. But yeah, I thought we'd get in there, take a look at the numbers for April, and look at some of the best items that sold. All right, so here are my numbers for the month of April. So on eBay, I sold a total of 155 items, gross sales a little over $5,000. Poshmark, I sold 69 items, gross sales 1,491. And Macari coming in there with only 7 items, $182. Yeah, I don't know about Macari. If anybody out there is having any luck with Macari, leave it in the comments. Let us know how you're doing it. I don't know. I may just stop cross listing on Macari, but it just doesn't take much time to cross list items there. But I don't know. 7 items, just not very good. And anyway, if you watched my last video, I told you that I hit Amazon, FBA, and FBM really hard over the past 6 months. And anyway, here are the Amazon numbers for last month. I sold a total of 221 items for gross sales of 3,561. And again, Amazon's completely different process than eBay and Poshmark. I go for the low cost, high quantity items. And that's what's happening. 221 items in a month. That's a pretty good month for me in Amazon. So anyway, I thought we'd get in there now and take a look at some of the best items that sold on eBay, Poshmark, and Macari for the month of April. All right, so here's the first item we're going to go over, and it is a pair of Wowie shorts. Yeah, this is the first pair of Wowie shorts that I've found. I knew this was a great brand from doing my research for my shorts video. If you haven't seen that one, you can go check it out. I just kind of go over kind of reseller's guide to men's shorts. But yeah, Wowie shorts, great brand to be looking for, and you can usually pick it out here by all the pockets have this cool Aztec type embroidery here. But yeah, Wowie shorts, great sell-through rate. So let's take a look here. Wowie shorts, we'll do buy it now, condition pre-owned. So there are 80 listed, and let's take a look at how many have been sold. Where is it? There we go. 206 sold. So that's what, I don't know, 200% sell-through rate. Just a great brand to be looking for. And if you find them, pick them up. They're going to sell really fast for you. And this pair here sold for $30. All right, another pair of shorts here. This one sold on Macari, one of my 7 items that sold on Macari. Pretty unique pair of shorts. I really haven't seen many of these out there. I found this one at a Plato's Closet. I didn't even look it up. I just, saw the patchwork and the, kind of a unique athletic looking shorts. I picked them up, got them home, and when I did the research and the comps for it, there was only one other one listed like this and a few others that had sold. I originally listed it for $48 and took a best offer of $38 on Macari. All right, next up, a pair of women's shorts. This was a Lululemon pair of shorts. This is, I got this in one of my consignment deals. I have, I think 3 people now that I'm doing consignment work for where, they give me all the stuff out of their closet they want to get rid of. I sell it and we split the profits on it. So this was one of those. So again, my cost is 0 on these. But this one sold on eBay for $29.95. All right, on to a pair of jeans here. This is a pair of Rock Revival jeans. I know everybody's heard of Rock Revival. But yeah, they still sell very consistently for me, and you can usually get some really good money for Rock Revival, up to $100. I've sold a few for $100. This style right here was called the Riker, and it was a straight leg, not a boot cut, but it had, cool pockets, cool embroidery on it. And let's see, there's the name right there, Riker Straight. And the pockets had a little back flap and some nice embroidery, but this one sold for $50 on Poshmark. All right, next up, another pair of pants here, and this was for a pair of golf pants. The brand is Genteel, And this one was kind of hit or miss for me. I've got a lot of shorts with the Genteel brand, and those sell pretty good. You get, $20 or so for it. But the Genteel, these performance flex golf pants, they have done really well for me and sold for great prices. Even like Peter Millar and those higher end golf brands, I'm getting $30 to $40 for those pants. But this Genteel brand of golf pants, this one sold for $60, and I sold a few other pair just like this, right around the $50 to $60 range. Let's see if we can find the logo here so you know what you're looking for. There's the button. That's what the buttons look like. And I don't think there's a tag on the inside, but the back patch. Yeah, there's the back patch right there, Genteel. That's what you're looking for. If you see that, pick it up. All right, this next one I've never heard of. I'm not a hunter by any means, but I do know that hunting gear usually sells pretty well. This one right here was, the brand is Old Tom Technical Turkey Gear. Again, I had to look this one up in the store and was pleasantly surprised that there weren't that many listed, but a lot of them had sold. This was a turkey hunting shirt, and it had a cool feature on the back. It has like this, called a spine pad, I guess when you're leaning up against the tree. You got this. It's hard to see from the picture, but there's like a thick pad right here that runs down the back. I think I maybe tried to get a better picture, but yeah, there we go. That's as good as I can do. But anyway, yeah, keep a lookout for hunting gear. It usually sells pretty well. This one sold for $40 on eBay. Well, this was a fun one. FUBU. I'm sure everybody's heard of that. But anytime you find FUBU with the Fat Albert, collaboration type of thing, those usually sell pretty well. I've sold some T-shirts and some other items like that. This one was just really cool. It took a long time to sell, though. I don't remember exactly how long, but it sat in my store for quite a while. I'm just glad this one finally sold, and it sold for $36 on Poshmark. All right, so this next brand, I don't really know a whole lot about it. This is the first time I found this brand as well. But the only reason I picked it up is because of the cool pattern. It has a really nice, paisley bandana style look to it. It was a really cool looking shirt. But then when I looked up the hundreds, I was pleasantly surprised with the amount that these type of button-up shirts were going for. But yeah, let me see if I can find the logo. Oh, well, that's covering it up right there. But yeah, it's called the Hundreds. And again, I don't know a whole lot about this brand. If anybody else does, leave a comment. Let me know what you think about this brand, if you've had any luck selling it. But this was a denim paisley shirt, and it sold for $45. All right, next up, we've got a few T-shirts to look at. And I picked up these last two T-shirts at a really big church sale. You can usually find some really good deals if you have any big church garage sales, yard sales, whatever you want to call them. They're clear, everybody brings in their stuff and they clear things out. This one was just huge. There's so many items. Fortunately, my brother belonged to this church, so I got to go in a little bit early, a day early actually, and kind of go through everything and pick things out, as they were still setting things up. And one person had brought in probably 30 or 40 pair of Nike items, Nike shirts, Nike pants, Nike shoes. I picked up a lot of shoes, and most of them were new with tags. We found out that he worked for Nike at one time, and these were samples, and he just had to get rid of them. So I picked up probably 50 to 60 items. And it turned out, when I averaged it all out, everything cost me $2.50. So anything you see with these Nike, we'll see another Nike shirt and a Nike pair of shoes. Again, $2.50 is about my average cost for all the items that I picked up at that church sale. So anyway, this first one was a Nike Kobe Bryant shirt, had the Black Mamba logo. Again, new with tags there. So you can see new with tags, it sold for $49.95. And here's another shirt that I picked up at that same church sale. This was a Nike uniform, and it was for the Holland soccer team. You can see the little logo right there. Yeah, and again, new with tags. Let's see what it originally retailed for $90. This one sold for $60 on eBay. So again, if you watch my last video, my top 10 brands, Nike was up there pretty high at the top of the list, and it's because of stuff like this. I don't pick up all just basic Nike stuff, but if it's new with tags, it's going to sell. It's an oversaturated brand. There's a lot out there, millions and millions of them. But if you pick up the right items and they're new with tags, you price it right, get your keywords in there, it's going to sell for you. Nike's a great brand to be looking for. All right, yeah, back to that past video. If you watched that last video, my top 10 brands, this was number one, Polo Ralph Lauren. So this one I picked up at a Plato's Closet. They had a huge clearance. It was 90% off their clearance items. For some reason, this one was on clearance, so I picked it up. I think it was $2 is what it cost me. And again, new with tags, Polo Ralph Lauren polo shirt. Let's see what the retail price was, $98. So yeah, new with tags on eBay. This one sold for $49.95. So again, go back and watch that top 10 brand videos, and you'll see that I talk about Polo Ralph Lauren, that I don't pick up just the basic polo shirts. You're looking for, a lot of the unique styles out there. This one is not unique, but it is new with tags, so I usually pick up new with tags Polo Ralph Lauren every single time. All right, another item in my consignment deals. I've got, man, she gave me probably 30 or 40 purses, so I have a lot of purses listed. And this one actually sold twice, a Marc Jacobs leather purse. And, I'm okay when things get returned. Someone just said, hey, they changed their mind, return it. That's fine. I accept returns on everything. If it sells once, it's going to sell again. And this one sold, I think, maybe 2 days after I listed it for the second time for $60 here on eBay. All right, another consignment deal here. Again, bins and bins of shoes. So Michael Kors, kind of a platform, has the logo here on the platform there. Again, really good brand to be looking for, Michael Kors. These were leather sandals with the ankle strap, and they sold on eBay for $44. All right, here's some Nike shoes. This was a lot of two pairs of shoes, Nike Shox and Nike Air Max. And again, I picked these up at the church sale, and they cost me $2.50 each. This customer here, he was an international customer, and he wanted to buy both of these. But he was like, look, the international fees and all the shipping and all that, it's going to be outrageous if I purchase both of these separately. And he asked me if I could combine these two shoes into one listing so he could save a lot of money on all those international fees. I said, yeah, that's not a problem at all. So again, here's the Nike Shox. And these were used, not in great condition, but, pretty well. These right here, I didn't list them as new, but these have never been worn. They still had the, cardboard inserts that you get in them. And again, they were in excellent condition. So anyway, I sold both of these for a combined price of $169. And the guy was in Australia. So I think it's the first time I've ever sold something to somebody in Australia. So that was kind of cool. Well, a lot of consignment deals here on on the April sales. So this one again, a Wilson's leather jacket. I had two pair of these, or I guess I don't know if you call these pairs. I had two jackets, one white one maroon one. The maroon one actually just sold like 2 days ago. Actually, it was yesterday. I shipped it out yesterday. Yeah. So both of them again sold for $40. And see the tag here. There we go, Wilson leather. Really nice jackets. All right, this one, not a consignment deal. I did pick this up at a Goodwill, and probably paid $9 for this. If it's just the blazers, the jackets, they usually sell for $6 to $7. This one had the pants with it, so it was a full suit. So usually that's around $9 to $10. So this is an Armani suit, a two-piece wool and silk blend. See if we can get down here. So there's the inside. So I always take a picture of the blazers. I turn them inside out. A lot of people like to see the inside, make sure there's no tears or rips or anything like that. But there it's made in Italy, and you can see the name, the signature, Giorgio Armani right there. Anyway, great sale. I had it listed for $74.95, and I regularly run sales. This one was on a 15% off sale, so it sold for $63.71. All right, this was a good one. Yeah, I picked up this Scotty Cameron Titleist putter. If anybody out there knows anything about golf, this is probably the holy grail of putters out there for for golfers. Scotty Cameron. I picked this up at a local thrift store, and I saw it sitting in the corner. Like, that can't be a Scotty Cameron, can it? I did. Looked at the tag. It was $150. But fortunately, it was 50% off sale that day, so I picked it up for $75. I got it home. I think I listed it for $425 to begin with. Nobody seemed to be interested in it for that. I slowly started dropping the price. But I did list it in the winter, which, not a great time to be golfing. But and also it is a long putter. Again, if you know anything about golf, there's the short putters and then there's these long belly putters. So these are not quite as popular as the short putters. So anyway, I ended up lowering it, but just sold a few weeks ago, and again, $325. So not a bad investment. Again, I usually don't spend up like that, $75 to $100 for an item, but if you can turn it around and sell it for $300-400, it's definitely worth the risk, I think, especially for something like this Scotty Cameron putter. Wow, yeah, a lot of consignment items this month. So these are napkin holders, and the brand is Royal Albert. Let's see, I had to do some research on this, and I actually asked her, what are these? But there's the logo right there. Yeah, I wasn't exactly sure how to list these because there was 8 of them. I didn't know if I should list all of them together or separately, because you can see, there's a pair of each different pattern, different style. So I ended up listing it 5 different ways. So I listed a set of 8, and then I listed them individually as well. And I was like, well, if I sell some of the individual ones, I'll just remove this, set of 8. But glad though I didn't have to do that, because the 8 sold. And again, I had it listed for $150, no, $145.95, and one of my sales 20% off. So total was $116.76. So not bad for an item that was no cost to me. All right, another church sale item. I picked up 3 really good electronic items at that church sale. This Sonos Play 3 speaker, and I picked up 2 Bose Wave music systems. Each of these I bought for $5. So $5 turned this Sonos Play 3 station into $79.96. And again, originally listed it for $100, but 20% off sale, $79.96. Really good sale and a really good brand. Yeah, Sonos, if you guys come across that brand anywhere, I would pick it up. Even if it's not working, you can sell it for parts, and you're still going to get pretty good money for Sonos. It's just a really good brand to be looking for. Speaking of Bose, did not pick these up at the church sale. These were at that local thrift store, same place that I picked up that putter. But these cost me $8 for a set of 2 Bose Redline double cube surround satellite speakers. There we go, and you can see the top swivels like that, but I'm sure everybody's heard of Bose. Just like Sonos, Bose, very high-end speakers, electronics. Definitely pick them up if you find them, and they're going to sell pretty quick for you. These sold for $46.71. All right, there we go. My monthly review for April. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Hopefully you saw a few brands maybe that you haven't heard of or didn't think about looking for. But anyway, if you like that, please hit that like button, subscribe if you can. I really appreciate it. And hopefully everybody's May is going well, better than mine. Mine is, again, like I said, May has been really, really slow the past week. Hopefully things are going to pick up. Anyway, I appreciate everybody watching, and we'll see you next time.